This 370Z was wrecked hard enough to deploy the airbags. And before it can go anywhere near an alignment rack, we've got a laundry list of front-end repairs. Today we're knocking out the brakes. I'm working with a lift, but you can do this with jack and jack stands. Impact, 22mm socket, ratchet, breaker bar, torque wrench, C-clamp or caliper compressor, brake cleaner, anti-seize, and grease. The next video we're replacing the wheel hub, because this one has very noticeable play. 21mm. Don't run wheel spacers. There's a 12mm bolt right here that holds the bracket, so you can actually remove the caliper. There's a hard line from that 12mm that comes over here to this bolt, so you're gonna have to remove this nut as well. Needle those pliers gets these little pins out. A small punch makes light work of these pins. I'm gonna cheat and use some channel locks. Track the piston enough so we can slide these pads out. 22mm socket, breaker bar, lefty loosey. That upper one's a little tight to get to. You probably have to go to that one with a wrench. You want to be as careful as possible removing that so you don't actually bend or kink that hose line when you're pulling it off as an assembly like this. And then make sure you hang it up so it doesn't put any undue stress on that hard line. If that thing kinks or bends, you're gonna have a whole new set of problems. I always put a nut back in the rotor just to keep it from flopping around when I'm trying to mess with the caliper. So I go ahead and pull this back off. I'll remove that rotor. If you're gonna get that rotor turned or if you're gonna reuse that rotor, you'd wanna clean the hub face very good and also the back of the rotor where it mounts to the hub. Since I'm gonna be replacing this hub assembly, I don't need to clean that hub surface either. No bueno. Hard lines look good, brake hoses look good, no dry rotting or cracking. Caliper looks good, no signs of leaking or cracked dust boots. Now let's get that hub out of there. Now, since the pads and rotors were already replaced in this car prior to this front end teardown, I'm not actually replacing the brake pads or the rotor. And because I replaced the hub, I don't have to worry about cleaning the hub. If you're not replacing the hub, you would need to clean this off. Make sure you get good around the lug nuts and whatnot so that you get a good flush surface for the rotor to mount to. And if you're reusing a rotor like I am today, you're gonna wanna clean this surface off. I use a cookie wheel. Just make sure it's nice and clean. Now we're ready to go back on with the rotor. I put a lug nut on to secure it so it doesn't move around. That'll make it a little easier to get the caliper back on. You get yourself one of these. This is a Lang tool. This is a good brake compressor. You can slide it up inside the caliper, ratchet it, and retract your pistons. You are going to need to retract your pistons either using this or a C-clamp method, which doesn't work very good on this type of caliper. Sometimes people take their old brake pads in there and they just pry between them and pull the pistons out that way. But one way or the other, you're going to have to retract your pistons before putting in new pads. Inspect your hardware and make sure it's good to go. We're going to carefully position this back into place because we left the hard line on it. We don't want to kink that. Go ahead and tuck our hard lines back into position. One goes over that stud, pushes in. Double check, make sure we didn't kink any of these lines. If you bend them ever so slightly, it's not going to hurt anything, but you definitely don't want to kink them. And you kind of do have to flex them a little bit to get them in and out. Go ahead and tighten up the nut, tighten up the bolt. Now we can fully tighten our caliper bolts. The torque spec on these is 85 foot-pounds. Unless you have the sports package. On the sports package, the fronts are 98. And this is only for the front. I think the rears are like 62. Now, if you find that hard line gets in your way, you can undo the 12mm nut on this side and just kind of push the line out of the way a little bit so that you can get a socket to it so you can get your torque. You can loosen the top bolt with a wrench and you can tighten it up with a wrench. Hard to torque it down with just a wrench. Now these are all torqued down, we're ready for our pads. So again, we're reusing our pads. These are in good condition, plenty of life left. So now with our brake pads installed, we're going to put our spring plate hardware in here, which is also in good shape, so we're not going to worry about that. You want to check and make sure that your pins are in good shape, and these are. Slide these through the back. Pin is going to slide through the hardware, through the pad, and then come through the other side. There we go, and we're all the way through. Now for our top one. We're all lined up. Now I just need to reset our safety pins to hold them in position. And the orientation of these pins matter because you need to be able to access the hole to set the pin. If you didn't orient them right, you can get in here with some needle nose pliers and rotate it. A pocket mirror is helpful to make sure that you're straight up and down. That same mirror will help me line it up. With our clips in, we're good to go. Remove that lug nut, now we can reinstall our wheel. Even if you're using an impact, make sure you always start these lug nuts by hand. Get a few turns on them before you put the impact to it. Cross-threading lug nuts will ruin your day. Make sure we're fully seated on the hub. Once you get your wheel back on, set the car on the ground, then torque the lug nuts to 80 foot-pounds. No more play, spins like it's supposed to, we're good to go. Now an important note with new brakes is you want to make sure you bed the pads. Don't skip bedding your brakes. Makes them last longer, keeps them from squeaking, keeps vibrations out. Step 1 is going to be moderate braking, 35 miles an hour down to 5 miles per hour without stopping. And repeat that about 6 times. Step 2 is going to be aggressive braking, from 55 miles an hour down to 5 miles an hour, again without stopping. You could melt your pads. This will properly bed the pads and make them last longer.